Now, more than 100 years since women won the right to vote in Australia, they are still battling for equal rights and representation.
Now, a new body, the Australian Gender Equality Council, is trying to correct the imbalance, as the ABC's chief economics correspondent Emma Alberici reports.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, Donald Trump has got to go, hey, hey.
It started with the Women's March. Soon after came the Me Too movement. Then Hollywood said, time's up. Now Australia is officially joining in.
100 years ago, our great-grandmothers fought for the right to vote.
50 years ago, our mothers and grandmothers fought for the legal right to equality.
So just how far have we come?
This television ad is the combined effort of 17 groups that have come together under a new banner, representing women in every industry from aviation, mining and agriculture to banking and finance, law and science.
This just won't happen unless we actually harness this collective effort and take active action like the women in the 1920s and the 1970s had to do, with the women and men. So I think now is the time. It's time is because we're recognising that we just aren't where we really need to be and we have to change.
Victoria Weeks is a non-executive director on 5 boards, including that of ANZ's superannuation trustee, which she represented at the Royal Commission just last month. She is the chairman of the new Australian Gender Equality Council.
We've had enough. It's not good enough, whether it's violence against women, it's about leadership, women in leadership roles in business. I think many are coming to the realisation, like me at my age, many decades on from leaving university, saying things are not going to change unless we actively do something about it. And we need to recognise that the way things are now is not okay.
The Gender Equality Council says the biggest impediment to progress is what happens at home. While women take on more of the leadership roles, men should be doing more of the housekeeping and childcaring, or government needs to step in.
One of the biggest problems we have in this country is our childcare system. Countries like the United Kingdom, New Zealand actually have 20 or 30 hours fully paid for by government, so early education for 3 and 4-year-olds. Our present system really places the burden on families alone.
Australia is one of the most expensive places in the world for childcare. The cost of one child in care is roughly half a woman's average weekly after-tax income. With 2 children in childcare, research shows it becomes a significant disincentive for the mother to work.
Year on year, what's happening is that we're just standing still while the rest of the world's getting on board and doing something about this. And whilst we don't address this with, I think, the effort that it needs as a nation, we're going to continue to go backwards.
Australia is slipping in the global rankings for gender equality, measuring economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival and political empowerment. Australia since 2005 has fallen from 15th place to 35th. And without a concerted effort to change behaviour, the World Economic Forum estimates it will take another 168 years to achieve international gender parity. Victoria Weeks was prominent in 2014 when she battled and won in a fight against then Prime Minister Tony Abbott, who wanted to abolish the requirement for businesses to report gender in leadership and examine the gender pay gap.
Without those facts, people can always debate and be naysayers and say, no, there's no problem. The facts show there is a problem, and that was critical.
100 years ago.
This new TV ad provides a glimpse as to where the gender pay gap starts. Boys are paid 35% more in pocket money than girls. It turns out boys are given outside jobs and girls inside chores. For no reason at all, the outside jobs are considered more valuable than the inside ones. Emma Alberici, ABC News.